Welcome back, viewers. Our focus continues to be on the top breaking developments that we are tracking very closely as the Middle East escalation continues to, in fact, get intense further as Israel has now launched direct airstrikes on Iran, describing the actions as a retaliation for the months of continuous attacks from the Iranian regime. Explosions have been reported over the Iranian capital, Tehran, in nearby areas in the early hours as the IDF has announced that they were carrying out precise strikes on military targets within the republic. Meanwhile, the US has denied any involvement in the attacks whatsoever, but it continues to, in fact, maintain its stand and being claimed that they were informed of the attacks beforehand. All right, viewers. Now joining me on the broadcast to share more details, in fact, is my guest this morning, Major Muhammad Ali Shah. So thank you for speaking to NewsX, and we appreciate you giving us your time at this point of time. It is in fact a grim and a worrying news at this point, which has happened in the early hours of this morning, is only going to be escalating further now, in fact, signaling of a potential escalation that can be proven as a bigger worry for Iran as more airspaces have been shut, and there are in fact explosions and blasts that are heard at the particular target points of the US air defense system, which at the Iran's air defense system. What exactly, in your opinion, is the end game of Israel, which has now confirmed that these are the retaliation air precision attacks that they have carried out against Iran?
Right. After Israel, they had killed the senior leader of Hezbollah, an Iranian ally Lebanon. Iran responded by targeting what it claimed were Israeli military sites. Now, Hezbollah militants, they allied with Iran, entered the conflict alongside Hamas, that the Gaza-based group along and backed by Iran. Now, there was also since 7th October last year, when there was a dastardly attack by Hamas on Israel soil, and this tension has been going on. Now, on 1st of October, when Iran launched an attack in Israel, they had fired about 180, close to 180 ballistic missiles. Most of them were intercepted by the help of the Americans or the Iron Dome system. Israel said, we will respond back in our own suitable way. We will choose our time, our place, our method, our tactics. Everything would be our choice. And अपने तौर तरीके से हम इसकी जवाबी कार्रवाई करेंगे. Now, I think 16th October was a date which was planned by Israel to attack Iran. But they had informed America, and America has got elections 5th November. So in order that should not get affected, they don't want firing right now. They want peace at the moment in this area, because it's going to inadvertently and adversely affect the US elections. And now the information got leaked. So the whole element of an attack is the element of surprise has to be there. So the element of surprise was lost. This morning when we all woke up, Israel has attacked Iran. Okay, this is what has happened. Over 100 fighter aircraft, F-35s, F-16, they had bombarded. We saw on the IRGC building getting collapsed, getting affected. But Iran said, no, life in Tehran was unaffected, unmoved. Life is just going on as usual. Nothing has happened. But, I feel even one fighter aircraft can cause immense damage. Imagine over 100 fighter aircraft, F-16s and F-35s going over you and causing heavy bombardment. It is really, really tricky. I was speaking to certain analysts and strategists. They were saying that Israel will attack Iran, but it may not be through fighter jets or through missiles or through, it could be through technology. Israel has the capability of doing a complete blackout in Iran, which means now if an Israeli aircraft flies over Iran, airspace, Iran would not be able to make out that because there is a complete blackout. Everything, all the servers have been hacked. So far, we used to understand by a cyber attack, which means your server would be down, your password would be hacked. But on 17th September, when there was a cyber attack on the Hezbollah walkie-talkies, pagers, and there were explosions, through cyber attack. The world woke up to a new thing called a cyber attack can be this lethal as well, can be this deadly as well. So the world was expecting probably Israel would do a cyber attack through technology, but they have sent over 100 aircraft. I feel Iran is not going to keep quiet about this also. That's a different story, that Iran may not have the capability, but Iran has stepped up. They've increased their defense budget. They're focusing on the defense so that they can make more power, more equipment to actually retaliate to Israel. So far, the war was between the state actors, Israel, and the non-state actors, Hezbollah, Hamas, Houthi to some extent. So it is really now when Iran gets into the fray, the 1st October, the attack was by Iran. Now when it becomes between two state actors, it's actually a very, very dangerous precedence. Israel attacked Syria, certain parts of Syria as well, where Syria and Saudi Arabia were two nations about 2 odd months back. They had said if Iran decides to attack Israel, our airspace would not be used to attack Israel, which means indirectly they were trying to help Israel only, indirectly. Israel has attacked Syria. There was also an attack on Syria in April, May, around that time when certain IRGC guards were killed. And that's the time Iran had retaliated. They had fired 130 missiles into Israel. And most of them were intercepted at that time. It fell in the Central Economic Zone where there was no casualty. It was a symbolic attack. This time the attack is from both sides. It's extremely deadly. So I see even nations who are sitting far away from the war zone, who feel they are not affected, when they woke up to the news this morning that Israel has attacked Iran, which is a dangerous move, and Iran further reacting to it would be even more dangerous. So the nations which are sitting far apart would also be affected by it, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, that is in fact what you have put in perspective as to what to expect going further. In fact, the big question remains intact at this point of time when we are speaking about how this entire escalation after the recent precision airstrikes by Israel is now going to turn into. While I request you to kindly stay on with me on the broadcast while I show my viewers about the kind of basis which has been now at the forefront of the target in Tehran after the airstrikes by Israel have now come and confirmed this morning. And viewers, as you can see on your screens in a minute and right now, there are in fact these bases which include the Chabar space port, which is a port for the Iranian Space Agency. And also remember that the Iranian state media has in fact also confirmed that there are the airspace agencies which have also been made the potential targets of the recent precision airstrikes, including except the ones that have also going north in the Iran. It is the Shahrut Space Center, in fact, also which has been made as the one of the key targets in Tehran, and also going a little bit down, which is the missile complex, which is the major missile production facility in Iran, viewers. Apart from that, when we go and move towards Tehran, there are Imams all missile bases which have also been the underground missile complexes, and they have reported the launch site for the October 2 missile attack. So that also potentially became the target of the recent precision airstrikes by Israel. Apart from that, there are in fact at least 10 such bases on the map, what we can show you and confirm at this point of time, which constituted as a plan of this entire attack by Israel, which in fact now destroyed all the potential bases which were serving as the missile launch pads.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.